Road to Worlds Proficiency test, is that it? Let's take a test. Let's do it. Let's see how much Golden Nova knows about Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in general. We got this. This is easy. Which of the following is correct about each phrase? When going first, you cannot enter the standby phase on your first turn. That's not true. On first turn, you cannot enter the draw phase. That's not true. Or maybe it might. I don't know if it's true or not. I know you can't enter the battle phase. Okay, yeah, there's only this one. So I'm not looking at chat. Chat, I'm not even looking at you. I'm not even seeing anything that you're saying right now. I'm flying solo on this. Okay, so going first, you can't enter the battle phase. Which of the following is correct about the extra deck? When using pendulum monsters, the number of cards in your extra deck should be created with no more than 14 cards. That can't be true, because you can still do 15. The total number of cards must be exactly 60, including the main deck. That can't be true. The extra deck can be anywhere from 0 to 15. The extra deck always has exactly 15 cards. Oh boy, Monarchs are molding in this world right here. Okay, which of the following is correct about Link monsters? When special summoning a Link monster from the graveyard, you can only summon it to the extra monster zone. Nope. When Link summoning a monster to the main monster zone, you can only summon it to a main monster zone that another Link monster's arrows point to on your field. I believe that's correct. When Link summoning a monster, you can only summon it to the extra monster zone. Nope. When special summoning a Link monster from the graveyard, you can only summon it to a main monster zone. No, okay, so that's fine. We got that one. Alright, which of the following does not meet the activation conditions of if your opponent moves a card out of either graveyard, as stated in the effect text of Exosister Ellis? And just so that we're all on the same page here. Okay, this one. If your opponent moves a cards out of either graveyard except in the damage step, you can do the whole extra deck summon thing. Okay, so the effect of Shallow Grave that you activated, which causes both players to target one monster in their respective grave and special summon them in face-down defense position. That is you moving a card out of the graveyard. Okay. The effect of Amaze Attraction Thrill Train that is activated, which changes the battle position of your equipped monster, then has your opponent choose an attraction trap card from your graveyard to set on your field. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. The effect of Dinotherium that you activated, which allows your opponent to choose a level 4 monster from either player's graveyard and special summon it to your field. This is funny, and this is one of the things that I'm not entirely sure about, like what counts about like your opponent doing things versus like being told to do something by an effect. I am going to pick the Shallow Grave, and hopefully it tells me later on if I'm correct. I'm using my telepathy to say that Double is running through the reasons why it's all three of them, and we will revisit that in just a moment. If activation order settings is set to on in the game settings, and during your end phase, you can activate both the effects of Sky Striker Ace Shizuku and Sky Striker Mecha Modules Multi-Rule, which of the following is the correct explanation of the activation and resolution? Okay. The activation and resolution of both effects is performed in the order of the effects on the card that were put on the field first, or Chainlink 1 is multi-roll, Chainlink 2 is Shizuku, or Chainlink 1 is Shizuku, Chainlink 2 is multi-roll, or 4, you choose which effect to activate and resolve first, then the other effect activates and resolves. Okay, so we're going to read multi-roll and Shizuku really quickly and check their activation timing. If this card is special summoned this turn, you can add a Sky Striker spell from your deck to your hand with a name different from the cards in your hand. Okay, so there's that one. And then the other one, once per turn during the end phase, you can set Sky Striker spells with different names from your graveyard up to the number of Sky Striker spells you activated this turn. When this card was phased up on the field, it banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, so this is something that I learned from Gladiator Beasts. When you have like 3 or 4 of these little rodents having their effects activated, you do not activate them one at a time. That's because each of them are trigger effects, and trigger effects are inherently spell speed 1. So if you put one on the chain, you can't respond to it with another one. If multiple of them trigger at the exact same time, like if it's being destroyed by something, that's one thing. Simultaneous effects go on the chain, but when you're choosing an effect to activate to start the chain, you can't do multiple of them at once. You have to resolve them separately. So, and I don't think this particularly checks to see the activation resolution is performed in the order that they were put on the field. So I think we do the fourth one. You can activate them in whatever order you want, and they resolve separately. So that's how that works. Okay. Which of the following is correct about Gunkan's Suship Shari Red? When building a deck, up to 3 copies each of Shari and Red can be included into the deck. Boop. If you use Shari, Red, and Uni as materials for Uni class Super Dreadnought, you cannot apply the effect of Gunkan Suship Shari. That's not true, because technically Shari was used as material. It's not Shari Red as material, but Shari was used as material, so you get to draw a card. Shari Red cannot be selected as a target for... Cannot be selected as the target of Called by the Grave. That makes no sense. Of course it can. Or you can special summon Gunkan Suship Shari Red from the deck with the effect of Unexpected Die. You can't because it is an effect monster in the deck, even though its name is a normal monster's name. So, there we go. I'm going to briefly check chat. Are we doing okay? Any, okay, cool. No one's saying nothing about how we can't see anything. Okay. Which of the following is correct about embodiment of Apophis? While it is special summoned in the monster zone, you will not be able to use the spell or trap zone where embodiment of Apophis was set. That used to be true, but that is no longer true. While it is special summoned to a monster zone, it cannot be the target of effects of Tornado. I believe Tornado works on spell or trap cards, which it is still treated as. Yep. 1 card in your opponent's... Ooh, clever. Destroy 1 card in your opponent's spell or trap card zone, but it does not say a spell or trap card. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So you can't do that. Okay. While it is special summoned to a monster zone, the attack of Theban Nightmare does not increase. What in the world is a Theban Nightmare? Gains 1500 attack while you have no cards in your hand nor in your spell or trap card zone. I believe that's also not the case. While it is special summoned to a monster zone, you can activate the effect of Treeborn Frog from the graveyard during the standby phase. You can't do Treeborn Frog either because you do control a spell or a trap card. I'm going to double read up Embodiment of Apophis real quick. This card is also still a trap card. Okay, so it is still a trap card. You will not be able to use... Okay, so we know that's not true. While this is special summoned to a monster zone, it cannot be the target of... Oh, that is correct. That Tornado is correct. It cannot be the target of Tornado because it's not a card in the spell and trap zone. Neat. Okay, cool. These questions are really tricky. Oh my goodness. This is fun. Which of the following is the correct card that can be pendulum summoned when both Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, and Servant of Endymion exist in the pendulum zones? Okay, so refreshing my memory, we have a scale 8 and a scale 2. So we have 3 through 7s. The Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon that exists face up in your extra deck, the Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon that exists face up in your extra deck, the Master Cerberus that's in your hand, and the Nirvana High Paladin that exists face up in your deck. These last 3 are all level 8 monsters, if I remember correctly. 8 or higher. Yeah, can't pendulum that, can't pendulum that, and you can't pendulum that. So it has to be the Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon, because Phantom Dragon is 7. Boom. Got it. Which of the following cannot be set in game settings? Display a button that switches the activation confirmation settings on the duel screen. Display the number of duel spectators. Automatically choose the space to place a card. Reveal the opponent's hand in replay. What? Okay, I'm just going to look this one up. This is... My ability to pick settings is not... That can't be it. I will not allow that to be a thing that trips me up here. That's not part of the game. Dual self-chain activation confirmation. Display a button that switches the activation confirmation. I guess that is one, because I think I found that. Display the number of dual spectators. Audience... Display facing cards transparent, automatically display card descriptions, display number of spectators. That is something you can do. Automatically choose the space to place cards. Automatically display card descriptions, face on cards is transparent, display spectators, display battle phase, command placement. The command icon that will display when cards have been selected that will show, okay. Special cut-in card effects display. It's gotta be automatically choose the space to play a card, right? Automatically display card descriptions, display face down as transparent, display number of spectators, special summon animation, summon cut-in card effect, Display player name. No, is it reveal opponent's hand and end phase? What in the world? What is going on here? Oh, there is one for position. Okay, so it's revealed during it. Okay. That's wild. Why would they include that? Why is that in here? Okay. Which of the following does not display detailed information by holding the eye icon on the duel screen? Oh, okay. What does it not display? Information about a card set in your opponent's field. I think that might be it. The number of cards in your opponent's deck. Number of cards in your opponent's extra deck. Number of remaining normal summons your opponent can make this turn. I know that this one is available, so it has to be this one. I've seen this before. I've used that. Which of the following mates that can be set in the edit profile can change appearances during the duel? Laundry Dragon Maid. Why is that part of the questions here? We went from, like, here's some high-level Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge. Think about how the cards interact in specific ways and really read how the text goes, to, what is your favorite mate? Okay. Which of the following is a correct description of the standard Forbidden Limited list as of May 2023? I can only assume they mean the Master Duel one. Gazelle is unlimited. Here we go. How am I don't touch Salamander. How am I supposed to know that one? That's silly. Which of the following game setting options should be changed in advance if you have a card that you want to activate after the activated effect of the opponent's card is resolved? I'm just gonna say activation confirmation. Which of the following is a correct description about the Duel UI? By setting the display face down cards as transparent to on, you can see the cards set on the opponent's field. That seems pretty self-evident. Cards that can be activated from your hand will have a glowing blue edge. No, they have a yellow edge if you can activate them. Cards that can be summoned from your hand will have glowing blue edges. That is, I think, true. Cards set on the opponent's field that can be activated by them will have glowing yellow. Okay, that's not true. That is definitely not true. It's funny, though, because it shows things that they can't activate by giving them a little, like, cloudy haze, which I think is really cool. Oh, okay, so this has to be it, because that's not right. That, I think, is right. By setting the display face down cards to on in the game settings. Wait, so is it not this one? Because, like, I can see that it's this one. I'm looking at it right now. I'm losing it. Okay. Which of the following are not displayed on the Duel UI? The contents of your opponent's cards that are banished face down. That makes sense. Am I reading this right? I'm sorry. Following is correct. Okay. Contents of your opponent's cards that are banished face down, the number of cards in your opponent's hand, the contents of your cards that are banished face down, the number of cards in your opponent's deck. It does not show you the contents of your opponent's banished face down cards. Okay, we've done it. We've got a perfect 15 out of 15. Check this out. Boom. Submit. Okay, 13 out of 15. Okay, what did I miss, folks? What was incorrect? Grade me. Grade me. You did not read any of the cards in the Exorcist or Ellis question besides Ellis, because I knew what they did. No, but they gave the info too. They gave the info. Go read Thrill Train. Target an amazement monster you control. Okay, change the equipped monster's battle position. Then your opponent chooses an attraction trap in your graveyard, and you set it to your field. Yeah, that was the information that they gave us, right? Right? So they lied to us? Okay, Double, are you saying that it lied to us? Those were not the exact That's not my fault, then! They gaslit me into thinking... I got a 14 out of 15. I got a 14. I don't know what I'm telling you. You think Konami would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies? Unthinkable. The other question was about the... Yeah, which one of those did I... Okay, so I was wrong about the seeing transparent cards. Is that it? There being a player against you. If you don't read the cards, you might not know that they were just lying to you. Well, then I'm calling a judge for an infraction. The correct answer was monsters you could summon get a blue edge, I believe. That was the only other one, even though I could, like, see the other one was real. What was wrong with the answer I picked for that? Like, man. I'm honestly amazed that we got that many, all things considered. If we missed those two that were just really weird, then I got 100. Like I said, I got 100. Let's do what we were supposed to do here. Oh, new mate, Sprite Blue. Okay, we have to get it, right? We have to get it, right? We have to get the drip. Today's episode was brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. When you want to protect your cards with the power of dragon scales, get some sweet lore for them, and support the channel, check out my link in the description to get started. Today's episode was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commander Green Knight, Nebula Navigator's 3rd Dynasty, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Andrew Newman, Avi Chali, Kane Senpai, Chibi Gohan, Danny Bound, Divine Dragon Felgrand 4123, Eric, Aaron the World Breaker, Frankie, Genesis Yu-Gi-Oh, Gloomba 331, Great Big Pillock, Hairbear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Howling Zangetsu, Iskander 711, John Manji, Jordan, Julius Sneezer, Manor Charge, Marluxia is a Girl, Nathan Vig, Panther J, Rebel King Lucifer, RJ the Jank Monarch, Sammy Haim, Sir Knight JCB, Skybuster Leo, Sophie, apparently, the Fresh Prince of Con Air, the Charizard Flame, the Wizard Moose and Xander Wolfensberger, Cosmic Crusaders Almento 5010, Ariel Kersey, Bear Sharktopus Studios, Beluga Masta, Chaz Ghost, Chris Kessler, Corbinisms, Drachenwald, Emily, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, In the House Like Carpet, Inblink, Jester Designs, Kale the Dragon, Carp, Kevon Public, King Scarlet Yu-Gi-Oh, Lord Whoop-De-Doo, Manga Pages, Marion James E. Picata, Matt Simmons, Mega Combi, Michael Shimabukuro, Nadia McCarthy, Nitromo, Ruxith Sarani, Shizuka Nijimura, Star-Lord 777, Stephen Williamson, The Legendary Raven, Tucker Ordorn, and Zaldreka, as well as the wonderful Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to be a part of these credits, help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, help keep the channel going, and participate in monthly custom card reviews, check out my Patreon link in the description, or consider becoming a YouTube member down below.